Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been a while since I've made a video, as you probably noticed. Life gets in the way, but I've decided to come back and make a few more. And we're going to start off with a really kind of obvious one, but it's just looking at the differences between Dior Sauvage, the massive selling fragrance of the last couple of years, the once advertised by Johnny Depp, seemingly worn by everyone, and its more recent flanker, which is Sauvage Parfum. Or Eau de Parfum. Not to be confused with Eau Sauvage Parfum, which is one you'll see in front of you now, a more mature fragrance from back in 2012. The new Parfum is purely a flank of the 2015 Sauvage release, which, like I say, everyone knows that unboxing bomb that's been done to death on YouTube and worn to death by everybody. But there you go. So anyway, what does it say about these fragrances? Well, we know the original is one of the most versatile fragrances around. And that's really that, it's Broxin, Bergamot Bomb. It can be worn anywhere, daytime fresh fragrance, but also has the power and the strength to make a good nighttime going out fragrance. When it came out, it pissed a lot of people off. A lot of fragrance reviewers slammed it completely, and then it kind of won people over weirdly over time. And I would put myself in that category. When I first smelled it a few years ago, I was on holiday in Spain. Somebody sprayed it in a store I was in. I thought, oh God, that's disgusting. They're just trying to market some Johnny Depp nonsense. But over time, came to appreciate it, bought it, worn it quite a lot. And the this flanker came out early last year in actual fact, 2018. And I actually think this flanker's better. So what are the differences? Well, they're very similar, to be fair. The Ambroxan Bergamot is still there. It's still the main notes in this. But it seems to be weirdly a kind of stronger fragrance, but kind of toned down at the same time. I know that kind of sounds contradictory, but if you smell this fragrance, I think you'll get what I mean. I would say it's probably less versatile than the original, in that it's kind of got a deeper sense to it. So it isn't, I wouldn't say it's fresh, but it isn't also harsh as well. And I know that, like I say, it sounds like I'm completely contradicting myself. So yeah, it's kind of stronger, but it's somehow still classier. It is similar. I think the difference really is in the dry down. One thing about the original Sauvage, it has quite a chemical element to the dry down, whereas this doesn't. This is a little bit better, in my opinion. The original's full of problems in the respect that it kind of smells like, as one reviewer once said, has a Sprite sort of vibe, but also kind of chemically kind of vibe. And I can definitely see that as well. The original had great performance. It's very similar to a release that came out later that copied it as well, which is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. So it's been copied quite a lot, and all the clone houses also have their version of a Sauvage fragrance. So Dior's gone away. They've gone, they've produced this sort of beefed up version, but also classier, smoother version. But it's not like the flankers that you see out there where they differ completely. There's some flankers from certain houses where the only similarity really between the fragrances is the name. They go away, they produce something that smells completely different, it bears the same name, and they sort of piggyback or ride the success of their previous release. This very much has the original Sauvage DNA. But like I say, it's just richer and a little bit deeper and less chemically, and that's the main things for me. I enjoy this a little bit more than the original. Like I say, in my opinion, it is a little bit less versatile, but also a little bit less recognisable. And that makes it better because it's still got all the good elements of Sauvage, but without that over-the-top sense that the original had. And you won't smell as many people wearing this as the original, because the original's everywhere. I think it's very much become like the Paco Rabanne 1 Million did 10 years ago, or before that, Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male, or if you want to go even further back around where I live, Yupom, in that pretty much every man who's going to go out and buy a fragrance will be told, go and buy Sauvage, and that means that 1 in 3 dudes that you'll smell is wearing Sauvage, or more recently I've noticed some kind of knockoff Creed Aventus copy. But anyway, that's my 2 penneth on this flanker. Like I say, not a lot of difference, but I do think it's better. I do think it's a little bit classier, a little bit richer, even though it doesn't deviate too much from the vibe of the original. Thank you.